Sawasdee krab. Today I will demonstrate how to make a fabric mask from the Rotary necktie. First of all, we start from the pattern preparation. Here are two sizes, female and male. You can even adjust it to the size you really want, as some might prefer it bigger or smaller. We will draw the line, as you can see, according to these measurements. Then we need to make a curve so that the mask can easily fit the face by using a parrot ruler. If you don't have one, you can just freehand it. Then we need to cut the paper into the shape. We will then copy the shape out, tracing it out onto another white piece of paper because we need two of them. We need to duplicate and make another pattern because this will be used and act as the lining for the mask. At the bottom, mark out 2 cm for female and 2.5 cm for male and draw a line. That's the part that can be disregarded. We only need the front part of the mask because now we are working on making the lining. We need to copy and make that same method one more time so that we have another pair or duplicate of the same pieces of paper. For the lining, we recommend you to use 2 sheets of muslin hemp fabric. By the end of it, we will have 4 sets of paper. We need to cut the white hemp cloth into the shape of the piece of paper. So as you can see, there are 4 individual layers, but 2 layers are considered as one piece of fabric. So at the end of it, you will have 2 fabrics, but 4 pieces of layers. We first need to strip the necktie. Once stripped, you can iron it out to make it smooth so that it's easy to draw a pattern on it and has no creases. Make sure the Rotary International logo is facing outside. We then trace out the shape of the mask onto the Rotary necktie fabric and cut it out. You can also use chalk to mark out the shape onto the tie so that it's easier for cutting. For now, we will put them side by side to each other and then use pins to hold the pieces together. Just like you have cut out two shapes from the rotary necktie, you need to cut out two shapes from the white hemp fabric because you will need to be attaching them together. There are two layers to the tie. The rotary tie material will be on the outside and the white muslin hemp fabric on the inside, acting as the lining. Both of these need to be sewn and attached together. First, you need to sew the front side and then trim the fabric. It's not as complicated as you might first think. They're quite simple sewing methods and curved sewing. You first need to individually sew the pieces together. So you need to sew the rotary tie pieces together and then the white hemp cloth pieces together. Now you have two layers of the hemp cloth because one will be stitched on the front and one will be stitched on the back. Sew it twice for double stitching to increase the strength of the lining and also to make it look good. Do the same for the white muslin hemp fabric and then join the pieces together, holding it with a pin. You will now need to sew it on together. Sewing from top to bottom. Once done, turn it inside out. On the top side, we will insert a 10 cm plastic or metallic strong material rod. This will act as the object that holds the mask to the face. This part of the plastic or metallic material will be placed on top of the nose. Fold the fabric edges and then sew once more on both sides. Make sure you take your time while you're sewing the mask. Cut some elastic as long as 24 to 28 centimeters. This will be holding the mask to your face around the ear. Once measured to your liking, you can tie it and make a knot. This is the process to making the mask, and finally you will have a beautiful rotary mask made from the rotary necktie.